Good day everyone. Today we have the 2024 Geely Okavango. This is going to be a full in-depth review of the Okavango. We will tackle the exterior, interior, and engine details of the vehicle. So, this is PatrickReyesTV. Let's go and start. Now with the key fob around the vehicle, you could lock and unlock the doors with this markings right here. So to unlock, just put your hand behind the handle and it automatically unlocks. And to lock, just press these two square markings in here and it locks. Now on the door sidings, you have your designs or your accent in here on the grab handle. Power, window controls, and auto folding side mirrors as well. Door speakers is right in here as well. And on the seats, it is covered in leather with some perforated inserts throughout the middle of the seats and to the back. You have automatic seat controls, your seat position adjustment, height adjustment, and your recliner. Now with the key fob around the vehicle or inside the vehicle, you could start the accessories just by pressing this button. Accessory on. Once more for ignition. And to start the engine, just put your foot in the brake and push the button to start. So, before we go and tackle the interior, let's go and check out the exterior first by turning on the headlights. You have auto mode as well, fog lights, rear fog lights, and the hazards. Now all windows are fully automatic, up and down.
Geely has been in the Philippine market for quite some time now, and they never fail to give quality vehicles for a very competitive price. The Okavango is the second best seller from the Coolray, and here's why. The Okavango is a 7-seater which was produced in 2020, which now has a global sales of more than 200,000 units worldwide. And when it first came out, it was definitely a hit. The market was really impressed with the outcome of the Coolray, and they were longing for a 7-seater that has the same feature and speed of the Coolray. A couple of years later, the Okavango was born. A 7-seater Geely that's affordable has been made and became very successful in the market despite its very young model. The Okavango's front fascia indicate a muscular and strong look that has a plethora of LED lights and a Geely badge right on the middle. The side profile is on the conservative side and shows soft lines, and that shapes up that very distinct Okavango exterior. The rear, on the other hand, is really sleek with those thin LED taillights and the wide-worded Geely logo on the rear garnish. The wheel somehow looks like a wheel from an electric vehicle, but it really matches the overall look of the car. The Okavango may not be very new to the market, but buying one today is one decision that you wouldn't regret.
Let's go and pop the hood.
The Geely Okavango is powered by a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with a 48-volt electric motor to back up the gasoline engine. It produces 190 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 300 Nm of torque at 1,500 to 4,000 RPM. The engine is mated with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission with sports mode. The Okavango's 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration time is 12.32 seconds. Mixed fuel consumption rating is at 12 to 13 km per liter with a fuel tank capacity of 52 liters.
Okay, let's go and start with the interior. So first and foremost, you are greeted with a 3-spoke steering wheel. It is covered in soft leather, very soft to turn as usual with Geely. It is powered by electric motor, of course. Um, you have controls in here for your cruise control and speed limiter, your phone, accept and decline calls, your audio control, mute button, and your home button. Selectors right over here, different modes, and this is for the gauge cluster. So once you press this, you could now access the gauge cluster. So for the gauge cluster, you have your RPM on the left side and speedometer on the right. You have tire pressure monitoring system, average speed, range, instant fuel, average fuel, trip meter, Bluetooth phone, multimedia. And here's the different setups for different categories. So for the vehicle, you have EPS mode, or the electric power steering. So you could adjust this depending on what you want. So in sport mode, steering wheel goes a little bit too hard for your better control. And on comfort, it is, of course, the softest for your daily driving. Now let's go back. Trip computer, time unit, and return. So that's about it on the gauge cluster. Steering wheel could also be adjusted, both telescopic and height. Here you have your automatic start and stop ignition. This is adjustment for the brightness of your gauge cluster. There you go. This is the headlight leveler. So you can adjust the beam of your headlights and your trunk release, or your rear door release. Here you have your gear selector. So just press this to go to drive, and forward for reverse, and reverse camera shows up. You have your bird's eye view. You have your 3D as well, which is nice. So you could see me in the showroom. And you have also manual mode. Go to the left and you could shift up and down. And to park, just press this one. That's it. Now in here in the middle, you have a slot in here for wireless charging. And basically it's where you put your phone, because there's also the wired connection in here for you to charge or have the inputs for the entertainment system. And you have air conditioning controls, fan speed, auto mode, front defogger, rear defogger, and temperature for the passenger and temperature for the driver. You could also have this change here on the touchscreen. So you have the fan speed in here, your temperature on the driver and passenger. Everything is in here as well. And you also have controls for the rear seats. So that's it for the air conditioning. And look at the design of this one. You have this very sporty and sleek design that goes around the vehicle. It has an accent that shows up in here, which is very unique in my opinion. And this one is a one-touch button for you to turn off the display in an instant and just leave the digital clock right over there. The sound will still play while driving, but you won't have any distractions right there. So I think that's one good thing that they include. Sometimes you just want to see the street and, you know, just listen to some music and just turn off everything in the screen and just enjoy the drive. nice. In here you have your electric parking brake, some slot in here, probably for your key. You could put it in there. You have your drive mode in here. You have your eco, comfort, and sport. So in sport mode, it goes to red and acceleration would be much faster. Steering wheel would also adjust to your settings. Comfort is on the yellow side and eco is the blue. Very nice. You have hill descent control as well, 360 camera, and your traction control. So even if you don't go to reverse, you could access the 360 camera with this one touch button. And there it is. Cup holders. One is very deep for tumblers, which is very famous here in the Philippines. That's nice. So I think this one is a fridge right over here. I'm not so sure about that, but I think it is a fridge. LED lights and your door lights. So this one doesn't come with lights or anything like that, so you would have to depend on this LED map light on each side. Still works. You have your frameless rear view mirror. So everything feels very nice inside. I like the layout of the vehicle. It feels very 2024, even though this was released years ago. And it still catches up very well to this modern day standards. I mean, look at this interior. It feels very nice. Even that small details on the tweeter speakers, they put designs on it so it wouldn't be so plain. And in here as well, very nice. So everything is well laid out in here. You also have a pocket in here for some stuff and the power outlet as well. Very nice. It's well hidden in here. Probably your documents or important stuff could be put in here. Now for the head unit, let's go and check out what this one has to offer. So this one is your home button, the Geely logo. And you have a very similar logo with iOS or the iPhone software. You have music in here, phone, your radio, photo gallery, video, settings, 360 panorama. So that's this one in here, 360 camera. And in here you have different settings, your brightness, mute button, video limiting while driving. So when you go driving, videos wouldn't show up, so you could disable that function depending up to you, but I would highly recommend enabling this one for safety. Let's try radio. Let's try 99.1. So right off the bat, the speakers sound decent. They have that clarity on the speakers and some punch to the bass through the door speakers. It's quite nice. So music, you have your USB input or Bluetooth music, depending on which you prefer. Photo gallery. So this is putting some photos through the USB. You could probably display some of your family photos in there or whatever you want. Video, again, you could play some videos through USB. And let's check out the settings. So here is where we tackle most of the unique features of the Okavango. So first, on the left tab, you have the vehicle. You have the rear view mirror settings. So auto mirror folding after car is locking. So as you have seen earlier, when I unlock the doors, the side mirrors also open up. And now when I lock it, the side mirrors folds down. So you could also disable that if you want to. Lamp settings. So this one, the headlights turn on for 30 seconds after you turn off the vehicle to help you go through the dark pathway or anywhere actually. So yeah, so the headlights would be your guide to give you a good visual on the walkway you're going to. Car lock settings, comfort settings, window auto close when locking, windscreen wiper linking with reversing. So this one, when you go into reverse, the rear wiper automatically wipes the glass for you to have a better visual. Tailgate setting, tailgate opening height. So you could adjust the height level of the tailgate. So level 2 and level 1. See? So that the visual in here goes up depending on your preference. Connection, so Bluetooth, display, the different themes. So you have red and you have blue, which I think is my favorite. And you have your sound settings. You have your equalizer. You could adjust the bass, the treble, the middles, everything in here. And you have some presets as well, depending on your preference. Speed sensitive volume adjustment. So the volume adjusts depending on the speed. It has that feature as well. And you have your balance, your fader and balance. And here is your software settings. Of course, you could I don't know if you could upgrade the software, but you also have storage in here. So I think this one has 10 gigabytes of storage. So I think that's about it on the head unit. It's very simple to use. It looks very modern, but at the same time very user-friendly. Everything is in there. It's labeled very good, so you could understand everything properly and get access to what you need as soon as possible. So I think that's very nice. So let's go and check out the middle seats. And on the back, you have the same design on the front seats. You have your design on the grab handle, door handle, and tweeter speakers in here as well, and door speakers. Have storage in here for your cups or your bottles. And the seats also have the same material, leather seats with perforated leather that runs across the middle. And these are 3 independent seats, as you can see. Now all these independent seats could also be adjusted. You could pull it backwards or push it front. And you could also recline them if you really need some space or some access in here to the 3rd row seats. Let's go inside. Now right here, legroom is quite nice, very roomy to be honest. Head clearance is very good as well. This is a rather big car, so head clearance wouldn't be a problem. You have LED lights here on the back, grab handle, your air conditioning controls on the back. So you have fan speed, your temperature could also be adjusted here on the back, which is nice. And you have storage in here as well, and USB inputs. So in here you don't have any armrest, but yeah, you have 3 independent seats in here, which is comfortable. And here's the view of the 2024 Geely Okavango. front cabin. Looks very modern, looks very premium, to be honest. It is really nice to be a daily driver and also at the same time be a utility vehicle to bring 7 passengers or 6 passengers and also load stuff, because this one is a very long vehicle. So let's go and check out the third row seats. Automatic door, and you have your cargo area in here, which is very wide. Some of your tools will be in here. LED ambient light, and this one is some access probably for some of the electricals. Soft materials in here and some pockets in there. Cup holders, one on each side. And your air conditioning vents is right here as well on the back. So in the third row seats, just pull this tab right here and you would have your third row seats. 2 seats on the back. So I hope you enjoyed the full tour review of the 2024 Geely Okavango. I like this vehicle, honestly. I could even daily it with myself. The looks, the drive, and the feels of being inside the Okavango feels very nice. But at the same time, it doesn't give you that very expensive price point. So congrats to Geely for this very well-made Okavango. So there's a lot more to come, so please do subscribe, share, and like my videos. This is PatrickReyesTV, signing out.